Okay, last thing. Let's do this real quickly. This business of complementary and supplementary angles. Complementary angles they have to be positive angles that add to 90 or pi over 2. Okay, supplementary, because I know this is something we do in geometry, and it doesn't even come up that much with us. 180 or pi. See, now that we're doing radians, we have to consider the pi measurements. Now, we're only doing positive angles, and the answer has to be positive. So you can actually Google this and see that there are people online that'll have arguments about, well, can 100 and -10 be complementary because they add to 90? And then you can have arguments about, no, they're both supposed to be positive, et cetera, et cetera. So for our purposes, we're going to say they both have to be positive. So if we said, what's complementary to 40 degrees, that would be 50 degrees, okay? But if I said, all right, what's complementary to 100 degrees, we'd say no complement. If I said what's complementary to -20 degrees, we'd say no complement. You with me? So similarly for 180, oh no, what's supplementary to 40? So that'd be 140. If I said, all right, what's supplementary to 200? We'd say it has no supplement. What's supplementary to -20? We'd say no supplement. Okay. All right, last thing for this stuff. So you've got a quiz, the odds class, quiz 1. So the odd classes, it's Tuesday next week, and for the evens, it's Wednesday next week. Now, it's going to have 3 questions. It's going to have one question where it's going to say something like, I've got, where did my list go here? It's going to have let me stop this. Okay, so it'll have a question where it'll say something like, oh, A is equal to 7, B is equal to 8. Find the 6 trig ratios. So first thing you're going to have to do is say, oh no, I've got 7 and I've got 8, so we're going to have to use a Pythagorean theorem, et cetera, et cetera. So if that's, and 6 trigs for angle A, something like that. So it's definitely having to tell you which angle. So you'd have to figure out the sine of A, cosine of A, et cetera. Okay. And we can go over that some more if you want to, but it's in lots of that in the homework, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's guaranteed to be on the quiz. Then there's going to be one where it's going to say something like, oh no, the secant of theta is equal to something like 20 over, this is going to be crazy annoying, 20 over 17. Find the other 5. So you'd have to say, oh no, I got to find the sine of theta, the cosine of theta, which is easy because that's just the flip of that, etc. But once again, it's a Pythagorean theorem problem where we have to set the triangle up. We have to say, okay, if that's theta and secant would be adjacent, so I still have to find that angle right there. So we have to do the Pythagorean theorem again. Okay. And then to top it off, there's going to be a problem where it's going to be one of those 30, 60, 90 problems where it's going to say something like, okay, angle A is equal to 30 degrees and side B is equal to, I don't know, it's 30. Find your like sine of B, cosine of B, etc. So once again, though, you have to draw the triangle and say, okay, if that's my 30, that's angle A, and that's side B, therefore is right there. So AB, so we have to use our 30, 60, 90 rules to figure that out. So those of you that actually watch the videos or look at these notes will see that, okay, these are the 3 questions that are going to be on the test. We can discuss them in class, or you can find the type of problems that match up with this, and we'll go from there. All right.